How's it going, everybody? Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I wanted to address some of the things that you might have seen in the Twitch streams as well as on my YouTube videos. If you've noticed, there is a full-time goal on the Twitch streams to where I have essentially said that I am not able to continue doing this unless it becomes my primary source of income. And the reason why that's the case is because I have been doing this full time for about 3 years now. Officially started like uploading as much as I could back in 2020 during, like the pandemic and stuff like that. And I have stuck out and I've stuck with content creation ever since. And yeah, it's getting to the point now where I have to prioritize my own well-being. And as of right now, my relationship with Hearthstone is definitely great. Like, I love everything that I'm doing with the game. It's just literally not everything that I need in order to take care of myself. And the biggest question that a lot of people would ask is, oh, why don't you just get like a job in order to supplement, the content creation in between? And my response to that is I literally wake up, do content, and then go to bed, wake up, do content again. The way that my schedules have been is that I wake up, I post a YouTube video, I get on stream, I stream for about, 5 to 8 hours, depending on what I'm trying to get, how much the game bothers me. We all know how Hearthstone is at times. And then after my stream, when it's like, 10 p.m. or something, I'm gathering clips and I'm getting ready to do everything going into the next day. And this may be an issue of me not properly organizing my schedule, where it's like I take a day off, do nothing but YouTube content, so that way stuff is ready to go going into the next week, which is probably what a lot of people in this profession would say that I need to do more. But I've really been trying to stream every single day, and doing streams every single day just takes a lot of time out of my day, obviously. But the thing is, I am literally my numbers are the highest that they've been on every single platform, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Twitch. So all of my platforms have been growing very steadily, to the point where I like to use the example of I've been leveling up my Pokemon, and as soon as I get one to level 30, then I got to get the other one to level 30. Like, I don't know if that's just how I am as a person, but that's kind of what's been going on with my channel. And I would argue that is also the reason why I got Blizzard's attention in order to be part of the creator program. I have done so much stuff with this game that I thought would never be possible 3 years ago, such as working alongside Blizzard as part of their creator program. I've done Theorycraft streams. I've been rated by the Play Hearthstone channel. I've had the wonderful pleasure of being able to not only play with game designers, but also interview game designers. I've played with Celestalon, and I interviewed Liv and Cora during, I believe, Castle Nathria, like right before that came out. Actually, that was a couple of years ago, actually. But regardless, I have done a lot with Hearthstone, and I have a lot of achievements and things that I should be proud of. But the biggest thing at the end of the day is that I don't have enough, income in order to justify doing this anymore. And as much as I would like to get a job in order to, supplement in between, the only way that's going to happen is if I stop doing this full time and I start, streaming like 3 to 4 days a week, maybe posting like a video every now and again instead of doing it every single day. And that's really what has been tearing me up, is that I do want to keep doing this every single day. But I am not going to kid myself and say that, oh, I'm just going to get a full-time job and somehow, make that work in between. Because after a job, you get tired, you have to like recuperate. And I have this really big problem of I keep doing things until everything is done, and I will forego sleep, I will forego my own mental health, and I will do all of these things in order to get everything done. And that's really what has been tearing me up about this, because I don't want to essentially half-ass my content just because I'm recovering from working a real job, sort of thing. And so if I do need to go part-time, that is, something that will have to happen in terms of like uploading and streaming on these channels and whatnot. But I just wanted to make things known, because I didn't want to just like pull this at like the very end when I'm all out of time and it's like, oh, by the way, I can't continue to do this anymore. I kind of wanted to let you guys know, so that way if you would like to support me, now would be the time. Like, every like, every comment, everything really does matter right now in order for me to continue to do this full time. And I do have some ideas down the pipeline that I will still be doing regardless of whether or not I will be ending in the next couple months or so. As of right now, the official date that I need to know if this is self-sustaining or not to continue to do this in order to pay my bills is by the end of September. in all honesty, right at the end of September. So I feel like that's kind of, poetic in some sense. But at the end of October, I need to be in my own house, and I need to be I need to be in my own apartment, paying my own bills, paying my own rent again. And I've been living with my family here with my aunt and my uncle for the past 4 months. And it's not like I'm being like kicked out or anything like that. I originally agreed that I would be here for 6 months, and then I would have my own plan essentially in action. And this is essentially the end of the moment, or the end of the period is at the end of October. It will be that 6 months to where I do need to, essentially be on my own. Again, I'm not being kicked out or anything, but they need the room that I'm staying in essentially, because they have family coming over during the holidays, and they want to make sure that people can stay here instead of like going to a hotel or something like that. Again, it's absolutely nothing nefarious. I'm not being kicked out. I'm not being like disowned by my family or anything like that. It's just that I said that I would be here for 6 months. I meant it, and I will be out of here in 6 months. Like, I just want to make sure that I do what I can in order to not stress them or anything. Like, I just turned 27 yesterday, which is really starting to, I guess the right word is sink in. Like, I'm no longer a kid. I am an adult, and I still see myself as a kid because I'm constantly being carried by my family and stuff like that. And I'm honestly tired of feeling that way. So whatever, it's what it is. But I wanted to make this video in order to tell you guys what's going on, because if you want to support me, now is the time. I'm going to still be making as much content as I can until the end of this month and the end of next month. But once October comes around, I really need to take a look in the mirror and tell myself, how am I going to be able to sustain myself without, essentially relying on my family? Because that's the reason why I've been able to do this for as long as I have been these past 3 years, is that I've had the support of my family, as well as getting paid for doing school when I was doing school a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, the school just really didn't pan out. Unfortunately, I didn't give it my all. I was very, what's the right word? Split attentioned, I guess is the best way to put it. My attention was split on trying to make Hearthstone work, trying to make school work, trying to make my band work, trying to make relationships work at the time. I was essentially burning the candle at every single conceivable way, and a lot of things have just kind of fell through because of how I organized my priorities. Not here to blame anybody, not here in order to just, oh, it was because of this that I failed. It was honestly just a classic example of trying to make everything work, and therefore it's just hard to juggle all of those things all at once. So because of that, I am now in the situation to where I need to be self-sustaining now, because I've given it all the time that I was supposed to. And as much as I enjoy doing this and I want to continue making content, I have to be able to look after myself, and I need to be realistic with my expectations, as well as having a healthier relationship with the game, because I have been putting in almost every single waking moment that I can into my Twitch channel, into my YouTube content, into my Twitter posts and stuff like that. But again, I got to get realistic with myself. And if it's not bringing enough money, then I need to stop treating it as my full-time job, because it's just going to put me further into the red, so to speak. And as much as I love hosting tournaments, as much as I love doing live streams and playing wacky decks and, making jokes online and stuff like that, I got to get realistic with myself. I've said this like several times, and it's really starting to sink in now that I've finally turned 27 as of yesterday. Like, I'm not just some 21-year-old trying to figure out his place in the world. I need to figure out how I'm going to sustain myself going for these next couple of weeks, I guess. So I would like to end this video by saying thank you to everybody that has been a part of this channel and has been a part of my content journey these past 3 years. I started my first official stream back in like 2017. The very end of the year. 2018 was by far one of the coolest years that I ever had doing Hearthstone content. And I have a lot of really cool achievements under my belt now, but achievements don't pay the bills, and being well known online doesn't pay the bills either, unless it, explodes to the point where you can continue to do this. So I just wanted to make this known. This is like the 5th time that I've tried recording this video, because I feel like I don't really organize my thoughts in the greatest way possible, but I just felt like I needed to get this out there. So I'm sorry if this took too much time. But if you want to know what's been going on with me and why I've been so hard on myself recently, this has been the reason why, because I really have been putting a lot of pressure on myself. You can ask my therapist about that. But yeah, I just need to put this out there. If you want to support me, now is the time. Do all of the things. I'm not going to sit here and beg for subs or beg for anything like that, because I just want people to enjoy the content that I make for the content that I make. And I really feel like I have done that to a great degree, where people know the name Clark Hellscream and they know that it's all about, fun decks and having fun with Hearthstone, instead of just, banging your head against a wall trying to make all the competitive stuff work, trying to like go for like Masters Tour and stuff like that, because I've always been realistic with myself in that perspective. Like, I knew I was never going to make it. Um, but yeah, I really just needed to put this out here, and I guess this is kind of the end of this video. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. I will continue to be posting on YouTube and Twitch until about the end of September, early October, depending on whether or not I am able to do this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you have any concerns, feel free to put them in the comments below. I'm really not going to be reading too many comments because I just don't feel like stressing myself out in that regards. I feel like there's going to be a lot of trolls, but it is what it is. It's fucking YouTube. But regardless, thank you guys for making it to the end of this video, and hopefully I have some good news in a couple of months.